Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. We are starting this video off here in Newport Harbor. We've been hanging out, watching boats go by, checking out the seagulls, you know, having a coffee. This is a nice calming way to start a day.
Sure is.
It's close by, so we enjoy it, and we come out here quite often. But we thought we would have a little chat about what's going on, and you know, you can think out here.
Yeah.
A man can think when he's looking at the ocean, Katie. He can really get into his deep thoughts and express himself, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we, as you've seen from the channel, we've been giving you a lot of, you know, kind of specific content.
You called it curated content.
Curated content, Disneyland, you know, a couple of travels here and there, but we figure it's always good to kind of check in and let you know like what's going on with us, what's going on with the channel, what's going on with us personally, mentally, and so we're definitely going to talk about what is, you know, happening. We're going to give you kind of an update, our future plans, and then towards the end of the video we'll kind of check in and let you know what's happening again, like I said, mentally, and really let you know.
Yeah, we'll finish off with that, but we're gonna start with, like you said, future plans. We don't mean like deep into the future. We mean like coming up in the near future.
Right, what to kind of expect.
What to expect, so that you don't get misled as far as, you know, we do a lot of Disney content, but we also want to mix it up, and because that's what we like to do. We love to do Disney, trust me, obviously, but we also like to do other things and then share those other things with you, and a lot of you follow the channel for that reason. Sometimes, you know, too much of the Disney, you know, sometimes people are like, hey, don't you do anything else? And yeah, we do, and we have a lot of stuff planned, so that's what we wanted to kind of chat about today. You guys have expressed in the past that you enjoy these types of, you know, updates, just check-ins, because everything is so kind of like you were saying, it's curated. It's you know, today we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and you never really know you know, the personal side of it, because it's just us experiencing something and sharing it with you. So, and
then things change consistently all the time, like, you know, just the last few months, it's like, wow.
Yeah, a lot of changes.
Things happen.
And but we're sitting here at the harbor, kind of the entrance. We're right by the wedge. We came down to see if there was any waves at the wedge today. That's something we do on the regular. We'll check the surf report and we'll be like, if the wedge is cranking and there's good waves, it's fun to watch. On my best day, I'm a good surfer, but the wedge is a whole different thing. There's a plane going over. I don't know if you can see it.
Airplane. It's from John Wayne Airport.
From John Wayne Airport, coming in off the coast here. That's a terrible John Wayne. My grandma would be mortified. But yeah, we like to come down to the wedge, and we're like, the wedge is like literally right out there, and watch the waves, because it is a hydrodynamic, man-made anomaly. It's crazy. It's super gnarly, and like I said, it's a certain type of surfing, because it's shore break.
I'd say you almost got to be a professional level.
Well, not only that,
close to it.
Even if you are, you're taking a beating out there. It's just part of it, and so, you know, I like the mellow style of surfing.
Yes.
But it's fun to watch, whether you're a surfer or not. The next time it breaks really good, we'll feature it, because I haven't seen it really massive here. I've seen it like, you know, we've seen it about 6 or 8 foot.
Yeah.
But
6 to 8.
But we haven't seen it like massive. It gets like 20 foot out here. So anyways, I digress. We were talking about the channel. But first I want to show you, if you see that little wave that's breaking along that jetty coming into the harbor, that's also something cool that I want to see, that I've never seen in person. I've seen a lot of video footage, but when it gets huge, that wave actually is rideable along that jetty, right along the edge of the jetty into the harbor. Kind of a freak thing, but it has to be really big. I mean, today it's only like 4 foot. You can kind of see a little bit of it. But anyways, a lot of boats coming in through the harbor. We're sitting here. It's fun to watch the boats for some reason. I don't know what it is. Yeah. And they're just, you know, coming in and out. There's some tour boats and sailboats and fishing boats and all that good stuff. It's kind of cool sitting here. You know, they got little benches set up, and it's just a cool place to come hang. And
we even saw a little sea lion too.
Yeah, he was taking his morning swim. Well, he's always swimming, I guess. But
well, yeah, but it was definitely more of a pleasure swim. He was like,
he was on the move.
He was on the move.
Yeah, watching the gulls, and
the sun is starting to come out a little bit.
Yeah, we're starting to see some blue sky. We had the classic marine layer happening, but it looks like it's trying to break.
Yeah, we've been out here since what, like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So, and it was really overcast this morning. But
I didn't think it was going to break today, to be honest with you. But
I did.
You did?
I did.
You had faith, yeah.
I
Well,
did.
you're right, because there's blue skies.
Smiling at me.
Yeah, you know the song.
Nothing but blue skies. Do I see?
Oh boy.
I sang that I was in vocal ensemble in like middle school or high school, I don't remember, but
I know this isn't what you guys signed up for, I'm sorry.
this is the curated content you came for.
Oh boy. There's even a sign here that shows the tsunami evacuation routes, or routes, depending on how you want to say that. But this whole section is in the red, so it's like to show you how to get out, yeah. But now we're going to jump in the car, because we got a couple blocks to drive to our next little spot where we like to go cruise and hang, and we'll talk about all the stuff we said we were going to talk about. We'll cut to that right now. Okay, we have arrived over at the Newport Pier. We jumped into Newport Coffee Company.
Oh, we love this coffee place.
It's really cool. I like their mug and their hat, but also they have really good coffee, and we got a croissant and a little muffin as well.
Mid-morning snack, mid-afternoon snack.
Also, and if you didn't realize, the sun came out.
Yay!
This is a really cool area. There's a couple little establishments, and this one little zone by the pier here is called McFadden Square. We were going to talk about what we are planning on doing in the immediate future here with the channel.
Yeah, so first thing we need to talk about is content. As you'll see, there are a couple of things that are going to be changing content-wise.
Yeah.
And just more specifically because we launched our Patreon platform.
We did.
It's always kind of been there, but it's really been dormant, and we didn't really have the time or wherewithal to kind of like do it justice, and so we kind of left it as like a little bit of a virtual tip jar. But now it's kind of also going to be a virtual tip jar, but we're also going to be, kind of making content and really building a little bit of a community over there, as well as being able to support us as a channel.
And along with what Katie was saying about the content, it's additional content, so it's not like we're going to be charging for stuff that normally would have been free. I've kind of equated it to like, hey, we're not doing the Genie Plus Fast Pass thing to you, where we're offering...
It used to be free and now you have to pay for it.
Right, no, that's not what we're doing. So we are just adding more to the menu, and like she said, making it kind of more of a community and an exclusive addition to what we have. Nothing is going to change as far as what we normally have put out. So that's important to know. We've had a few questions about that. Nothing is changing. We're just adding.
We're adding. It's changing
layers.
in the way that it's getting an additional layer of Best Life. By the way, look at this muffin.
Yeah, that looks good.
Isn't that beautiful?
They heated it up too.
They did.
Yeah.
Even though the wind kind of cooled it down already.
Yeah.
But what this might look like for Patreon, if you're curious, like, well, what is this extra content? So it's going to be behind the scenes for everybody. We have two tiers. There's a $10 tier and a $40 tier. We're calling y'all besties. It's kind of just, we had to think of a name, and that's what we came up with. So for everybody that's joined Patreon, you'll be able to see some of the behind the scenes. You're gonna have extra live streams just for you guys. Again, so just so we can have like more of an intimate setting together by putting up that little paywall. A good example would be What's Happening Wednesday. You would have your regular What's Happening Wednesday stream, but then we're gonna continue the party over for the Patreons.
Right.
Another thing that we're gonna see for those $40 Patreon members, we're gonna be doing Zoom calls, possible meetups in real life is what we're gonna try to do. We're also going to do a movie night, a virtual movie night for those super besties. So in addition, again, what it all kind of boils down to is we wanna have a little bit more of an intimate setting with our community. We wanna be able to give you an opportunity to support us, not just through, super chats or whatever it may be.
Right.
Because in those Patreon things, there is gonna be no super chats. That's not something we're trying to focus on.
And kind of a good example of some of that extra stuff was like the other night when we shot the World of Color dining package vlog.
Right.
Katie also live streamed the World of Color performance, the whole thing in its entirety, just for the Patreons.
Right.
And it's something that we thought, that's in addition to the vlog we did. So that's kind of an example of some of the extras you're getting, as well as yesterday we shot a behind the scenes. While we were shooting the vlog, Katie was kind of showing how we do it and filming me filming things and then and talking about the process of how we do, because some people are want to know about that, and it doesn't just happen,
right?
And it's fun to show that that process, like I said.
Yeah, as well as like live streams at home. We want to be doing, a lot of people, I sent an email to everybody that is in our current, Patreon besties right now, asking them like, hey, what is some of the content that you want to see here? And a lot of people want to see a personal ear collection. They want to see Spencer, making art. They want to do more cooking streams. So I just feel like that's the best place for that.
Yeah.
And then of course, we're going to do stuff on the channel as well. So don't think, again, you're not getting Genie Plus, you're getting just an option for additional content and to support our channel.
And if you're interested in signing up for Patreon or seeing what it's all about, we'll put a link in the description box of this video.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a monthly thing. You could do it one time, you can check it out for a month, see if you like it.
Yeah, ooh, pigeons flying by. Here's wings flapping.
I did.
They're all over the place. All right, we're gonna continue this conversation and walk, I think, out on the pier that's right here.
The pier.
But I also wanted to show you something while we're here. This little situation over here is really cool. This is the Dory fishing fleet, founded in 1891. And this is where local fishermen can sell their products or their catch. There's a dory boat right there. Here's the hours: Wednesday to Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, Saturday, Sunday, 5:30 to noon. And then shrimp season, there's the dates for shrimp season. We'll get more dory boats in there. But this basically has been here for so long. Here's some pictures from the 50s. It looks pretty much the same. It has not changed at all.
1891.
Yeah, 1891. And the cool thing is that these guys, wanted to sell their catch directly to customers and didn't want to go through wholesalers. I guess that was the motivation for this. And that's what this is. So you can come in here and get all sorts of things. I'd like to welcome you to Tangletown, right here.
Oh, this is Ben's stall.
Look at this.
Right here.
Look at all the lures up there. I like all the little signage. Oh, look at this one. Cool. The wooden whale. This is our galley. Look at that. The signage is really, really cool. And yeah, it's right here on the beach. Look at the fishing net and everything. Oh, going through. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that place, just classic. Little perch up there. All right, we're gonna walk out onto the pier.
There's two Great Danes out here, by the way, and they have been barking.
They're excited.
That's what you hear.
They're very excited, Katie.
I think they're thinking that somebody's gonna catch them a fish.
Oh yeah.
They're so big too.
And we were talking about our immediate kind of future plans for content. So we're going back to Las Vegas. That's right.
Viva Las Vegas!
Yeah, she has to say that every time. Every time we drive over the hill into Vegas, when you come over the top and you see it for the first time.
Yes!
On the 15, Katie will play that song. She'll play it multiple times, and then, some some Dean Martin and some Frank Sinatra. But regardless, I digress. We are actually, it's kind of exciting, we're being hosted by a resort.
Yeah!
So we're gonna go out there and enjoy all that place has to offer. We're not going to reveal where it is yet. You'll know soon. But that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a beautiful resort, and we're gonna show it to you in all its glory and do as much as we can there. I think that's the first thing we're doing, right? Is that the first trip?
Yeah, that's our first one coming up. Look, we got incoming Pelican crew. Look at this.
Oh, Pelican crew. Hold on.
Dude, look at this. Da, 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 da. Oh, they're ducks? No, they're
pelicans. No, those are pelicans.
Pelican.
There they go.
Holds more than his belt. Oh, look at them in the street. It's like a show.
Yeah, it's very
the wonderful world of pelicans.
It's very choreographed. They know what they're doing. They have a big production meeting before
While you
they
were
go
talking,
flying.
I just saw. I was like, incoming.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're staying at two different places, but
one of which hosted.
One of which is hosted.
Right.
And we're really happy because I think this place is somewhere y'all will really like, because a lot of people always ask us where are some great places to stay when I go to Vegas. Honestly, Vegas has kind of been in our rotation lately, so that's kind of another thing.
Yeah, we love going there. So
we're finding that we're just loving it. There's so much to do, there's so much to explore, and a lot of you are also traveling there. So we're really looking forward to kind of, getting more into the Vegas scene
Yeah.
and sharing that with you. I mean, it's a 4 or 5 hour drive. It's perfect.
And then after that trip, not too much longer after,
Yeah, like quite a...
pretty close
Yeah.
to the end of that trip, we are heading into the mountains. We are going. It's almost like camping. I will say it's like a little bit.
Camping.
It's a little glampy though. It's not
A little bit.
It's not full blown, but
It's enough camping for me. I don't have electricity.
But I will tell you this: the location is stunning and beautiful and world class. You might be able to guess in the comments. We're not going to tell you if you're right, but if you want to take a guess, we'll let you know about that. But that's going to be a great one. We've never taken the channel there. I haven't been there since I was a wee lad of maybe 13 years old, back when I listened to Def Leppard, Pyromania. That was the album that came out. I remember the year that we went there. Anyways.
I'm sure we'll talk about it with our Patreons before we go,
Yeah.
like our besties when we have our Zoom calls. And
Exactly.
Stuff,
So look forward to that. Two different, very different types of excursions, but stuff that we love to do. And you know, the fact that obviously summer's coming, they both kind of fit summer a little bit.
It's kind of our kickoff to summer, our two
Yeah.
trips. A lot of you were asking, when are we going to be back to Walt Disney World? And you know, we originally had plans to maybe go in June, but
Yeah.
we had to look at it and we said, you know, what we're going to do, and we had to kind of make a decision. What we're going to do is skip out on going in June, and then that way we could stay a little bit longer and do maybe a September, October trip like we did last time.
Yeah.
Epcot's anniversary is coming up, and
Yeah,
you
because
know.
going for 2 weeks is fun, but for us, I don't know, it's too quick, because once we stayed there for a month, it was like, oh, okay, this is how I like to do it.
We love it.
You get settled in, and you know, so we're looking further out for that. Like Katie said, obviously we want to get on. Well, I want to get on the new Guardians of the Galaxy attraction at Epcot, but this one, you'll never see her on that.
Motion sickness, it's
But
a
we're
no-go.
in no rush, you know what I mean? So, but I'm very excited about it, and I think it's cool. I've seen some ride-throughs. It looks amazing.
It does look awesome. We also planned a trip for Tahoe, so you can expect that this summer.
That's right. That's one we can reveal. That's right.
So we're pretty excited about that, and I think what we're going to try to do is, and you know, I think we're going to do another fundraiser for fire relief.
Yeah.
That was something that
The last one went well.
It did go really well. We were able to donate a significant amount to the American Red Cross. So that's something we definitely want to look forward to, because the California wildfires, it's another level. And you know, especially after what we experienced, it's like, you know, anything we can do to help raise funds for that.
And the fire season's already started in New Mexico.
I know, right?
New Mexico is already dealing with a massive one, and no end in sight. So
It's heartbreaking.
to my old fellow New Mexican residents, I used to be a resident there, whether you know that or not, but my heart's, our hearts and prayers go out to you guys out there, because they're going through it out there, I'll tell you what. Taking a look at the other side of the pier, there's some decent little peaks coming in over here. Fun little learning waves. We've just been talking about getting Katie back in the water.
Oh yeah,
and this is a great spot. There's actually a surfing school right here.
Yeah.
But real soft breaking waves on a day like today, where it's like 2 to 3 foot, and
like
sand bottom. They break far enough out that you can ride them for a while. And
because that was my biggest problem is, you know, at our spot in Malibu, it's just really, there's a lot of rocks and there's not a lot of like room for the, what would you call it? Like,
well, yeah,
I can't really ride it in.
It was a really difficult learning spot.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I rode the struggle bus. You know what's cool? Way out there, you can see Huntington Pier.
Yeah, way out there.
We haven't made a venture to Huntington literally since like 2020, maybe 2020.
I think it was 2020, yeah. There's a fun little wave. All right, further out on the pier, you can see in the background, that's Newport Point right there. It's a very fickle wave that happens every once in a while when the swell direction's right. A couple years ago, it was cranking. It gets like pipeline.
I want to see that.
Very rare, but I digress. We were going to talk about...
Yeah, so we still have some Disneyland content coming up. Two things that I think are pretty big that we're looking forward to. Obviously, Fantasmic.
Yep.
We're going to make sure we cover that. we still don't know a lot about it. Like, we don't know, is there going to be a soft opening? Is there going to be dining? You know,
queues.
There's definitely not a dining package available for the first day that, you know, when we checked for reservations.
And I would put money on the fact that there's going to be a virtual queue.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would bet. They haven't announced it, but I mean, the way things are going.
If I had to put money on it, we're also going to do Skyline Lounge. That's returning, and it's going to be like a dinner package thing. So
yeah, we have done that a few times, but it's a little bit.
It's definitely going to be different.
A little different, yeah.
Right. So we're going to cover that, and then then we're heading out to Vegas and camping. So summer's coming, and it's coming quick.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. That's kind of why we were down here today too, because it's like it's time.
Get ready.
Yeah, it's time.
I feel it.
Of course, other Disneyland content as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of new things always happening, whether it's new foods. There's a lot of stuff happening there. If there's anything that you guys want to see from the parks that you haven't seen, let us know, because we're there a lot, obviously, and there are some areas that we sometimes skip over out of just the normal
we're kind of like,
routines.
well, is it redundant? Is it?
Because I get messages sometimes, people saying, how come you never go on like this or that? Somebody said the other day, how come you never go on Monsters Inc? And I'm like, well, we do, we just don't feature it a lot. So
I think we do, and then there's also times where we've tried to go, and it's like, I'm not waiting 40 minutes for that.
Right.
That ain't happening.
But like I said, if there's things that you guys want to see that you're not seeing, let us know.
Yes,
as well
please.
as other maybe California content or local Western states content that if you have good ideas, we are open to that.
Yeah.
We usually get a lot of good suggestions from people and have gone to places that you guys have suggested. And
let's be covering California's gold.
Okay, Hulhauser.
Let's go and search for California's gold.
That's Katie Hauser right there. And I guess I'm Louis Fuerte behind the camera. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's do it.
Louis, get a shot over here.
Get a shot right over here. We're out here on the Newport Pier. Now you're saying this was in the 1900s, 1800s?
This used to be a wharf at the turn of the century, and then
so you're telling me that this was a wharf and then it just turned into a pier?
Oh, Huel, we miss Hulhauser. Thankfully, you can still watch his episodes, and Chapman University has all his stuff. And he was, by the way, Hulhauser, I've always said this, was the first vlogger because the name of his first show was called Video Log. That's what vlog means, video log. So, fair to say that he was the first and the best at it, still to this day. All right, we're gonna have to sit down for this part because we said at the beginning of this video that we would talk a little bit about, the personal, the feelings.
The personal, the mental, the
mental
check-in, if you will.
The mental check-in, exactly. We're checking in with you guys as our resident psychologists. That makes any sense?
Our therapists.
I think we've been pretty good, to be fair. We work a lot. We work pretty hard, and so there's always an effort to balance the work with living our best life, as the mission statement of this channel and our mission statement as people. So it's a constant effort to do that. It doesn't come easy. I can easily pour myself into just shooting and editing all the time, and it consumes all of my day aside from sleep, to be honest. I don't know if that ever translates to folks, but that's kind of the stuff we're going to be showing on the Patreon, is the behind the scenes and the process of what we do. I think some people are under the impression that we just point the camera, turn it on, and then throw it up on the internet, which I'm glad that it looks like that, because it's not supposed to look super staged. If it's easily digestible and it just seems very natural, then we've done a good job. But there is something to it, and it's not. It doesn't just happen. It's a balance that we're achieving. But I think in where we're living now and everything, it's very helpful because we enjoy days like this.
Yeah. I think we're trying to take more. Like Spencer said, he really will. I'm a little bit more out of it because I'm not doing most of the editing. So for me, it's a little bit easier for me to go, hey, you know what, I'm feeling exhausted, I need to take a day off, whereas he won't really do that. So what we're trying to do is focus on at least taking a day or two a week to just not go too crazy in that rhythm. And I think it's something that it's going to take a while to find our balance and see how we can make things better. And
Yeah.
you know, we're constantly like this evolving work in progress, and I think that's why we're just so thankful to have you that have been watching for all this time, because you're allowing that to happen and forgiving of like, you know, hey, you didn't get a video tonight, you know, we fell asleep,
Right.
you know?
But I will say, there's something I love about going and shooting something and knowing kind of how I want to present it, because while I'm shooting it, I'm already thinking about the edit while I'm shooting it, and I know a lot of people who do what we do that. But then I get excited to actually execute that and make it happen. And so it's weird, after, you know, over 1,000 videos, 1,000 and some change, I don't know what, I forget what it is, I'm still excited about making these things.
Same.
And sitting down for minimum 4 or 5 hours at the computer and working these things out, and then getting to proof it is always fun, because I'm like, all right, I'm done, let's watch it. And so I'm still excited about it. So that I can tell you, because you know, you always got to check yourself and be like, you know, hey, we're working really hard. Is this really what we want to do? And yeah, it is. It's the process itself is enjoyable. So if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
It really doesn't. You'll still be exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I still think I wake up every day extremely thankful and happy, and you know, I'll gladly take being tired from this because we love it. You know.
The other thing is, you know, the current state over there at Disneyland. There's, you know, being locals and people that create content there and are there all the time and have been for years. It's easy for us to point out, you know, the inconsistencies and the things that are happening that are not right, or things that could be better, stuff like that. But all in all, that's just because we're there a lot, and I think that, you know, we're the only types of people, along with a bunch of other locals, that can see through that stuff. Because if you're only there for a day or two, you're not really seeing how the thing works on the day-to-day basis. So don't think for a second that we still don't love it. We go there and we still have a blast. We just, you know, are pointing out things for people so that you're aware of what's going on and the hurdles that are there post pandemic. You know?
I think too, something that gets misconstrued is like, oh, you want this to be, you know, perfect for you guys, and like at the end of the day, we're okay. Like, things are good. We make this channel for you who aren't here all the time. We do this as far as Disney content goes. We want your trip to be better. Our trip we know is going to be okay, because guess what? We get to come back next week, you know, the month later, whatever. Maybe somebody isn't going to be able to come back next week. So we want it to be better. So if you're ever hearing us griping or whatever, we're kind of griping on your behalf, because we want things to be better, not just for us, but for you. Yeah,
because we meet so many people who say, we just got here from wherever, Hawaii, Oregon, Texas, all over the place, who say, we've been watching all your videos to plan for our trip. So with that said, we feel like we have a responsibility to keep people abreast of what's going on with all that stuff, because how would they know? They wouldn't know, because, you know,
it's a complicated system now. It's not as easy as it once was,
so
you know?
Us letting people know through our lens of what is going on is helpful to people, so they can prepare, know what to look out for, the hurdles, the things that are a problem. Because if you're aware of problems and things that are speed bumps, you assess them and then you deal with them and navigate them appropriately, because that's like life in general. There's always going to be hurdles and speed bumps and things that you have to navigate. Not, life isn't perfect, and it's not in the design itself. So you know, mitigating it and figuring it out and how to have the best time, that's kind of the secret to all of it in general. So that's why we do that, and don't think that we don't have a blast at Disney, because we love it still.
Oh yeah,
that's why we go all the time.
That's why we do it. So again, just going back to like how we're doing mentally, how we're doing, you know, personally, you know, we're doing pretty good. I had a little bout of, you know, I get into this every once in a while where I get, you know, I have anxiety disorder. As well as really bad ADHD. I don't take medication for it anymore, so sometimes, you know, I get my migraines and then I'll get anxiety attacks and I get into this spiral. So I've personally been going through that. So anybody who is, you know that you're not alone. I'm right there with you. So there's days where, you know, either I'm busy or sometimes I'm really struggling with a bad migraine, and you'll see a lot of Spencer doing, you know, solo videos. But yeah, so I kind of think like if you're seeing stuff like that, that's kind of what we're going through.
And yeah, as far as me, I'm good. I don't know. I just kind of trudge along. I've got some more stage management work coming up soon.
Yeah.
I love doing that. You know, I'm always looking for ways to, you know, make the videos better, and a lot of it sometimes is for my own integrity, because sometimes it's stuff that, you know, not everybody notices, but that's all right.
Right.
It's an artistic expression for me, and so also in terms of artistic stuff, we're going to be doing more of that. I think there's a potential live painting thing that we're going to be doing. I'll keep you posted about that. We don't know a ton about it at this time, but and then yeah, just trying to work more of that in. I don't know, everything's great. I couldn't be happier, and you know, love doing what we're doing, and that's.
And I love,
you know,
that we get to be together.
I know, it's great. We're really stoked. We're really grateful, and we hope that you enjoyed this check-in and this little update as far as, you know, the channel in the near future, what's going on, what's doing. We like to do this every once in a while, just kind of like, you know,
break it down.
Well, yeah, and bring it back to one, as they say, and kind of let you guys know what's going on, because it's constantly an ebb and flow, and it's something that we, you know, it's not always the same, because you can only plan so far ahead, and then, you know, life is constantly throwing different things at you, so you got to adjust and move. So we like to keep you updated every once in a while like this, and if there's anything, like I said, that you guys want to see travel-wise, or suggestions you have for us at the Disney parks, any of that stuff, let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time on Best Life and Beyond. Bye-bye, everybody.